Sup guys, it's RLYTE here, or Elmer as I'm also known in the community, and I'm basically here to bring you guys a Superstar Dystopia bagging tutorial, because I feel like it's necessary these days, because as I have my own experiences with CT baggers nowadays, when I bag against a lot of you guys, you still struggle with this one, like, quite a lot, and there's, even if you might not think so yourself, there's a lot of things to this track that you guys like seem to never get. So therefore, I'm basically bringing this so like you guys can like bag this track in a pretty good manner, I guess. As you guys can see now, what I'm doing first of all is that I'm gonna show off a shroomless lap here. It's just a random driven one. Not really like anything fancy or anything special to this. It's just how I would personally drive this track when bagging in general. On mock bike though, if you bag on Flame Runner, it's exactly the same. There is not really any differences whatsoever in terms of strats usage and stuff. But yeah, this might look very easy, but it is easy, but there's also a lot of knowledge necessary to this track, because if you don't know certain of these things, you can get fucked badly and fall behind, which you don't want, of course, as a bagger. You want to get the shock here, and this one, in my opinion, is one of the tracks with the most skill, because you can just get rid of build very easily. There's so many respawns, so like shock in 9th on this track is not very common in general. And that obviously makes it more important that you need to be aware or know how to do it. But now, since we're like entering the end of the lap, I think it's time to like start delving into this track and going into depth with how to do some of these strats and stuff. So yeah. So we're gonna start here covering shroom strats, like on how to, like, if you have shrooms you can do these to like cut off extra time. Here's the first one. Just shroom up there, get on top, and do that. It's not harder than that. Second strat right here is coming up here. What you do is you align, shroom off, and you should be going like landing on top. I'll show it one more time here so you guys can see it again if you want to. So see what I do here? You align right there, and then shroom. And if you like get enough air, you should be fine. These are like all the shroom strats, so there's not much more to cover here. Here is an early respawn that you can do that saves more time compared with going around. This can be very valuable to know. And yeah. So now I'm gonna showcase some strats to gain time on other baggers and also alternating ones. So look at that. So those two tricks there you can get, like, pretty, you save some time. You can get tricks of both of these edges too, but only getting one like I did there is good enough. And then you have this one right here. This is an alternating strat. I think it saves equally as much. I don't think there's any time difference in doing that. Then you have this, these two. You can get tricks of both of them, but only one is consistent, as you saw there. And then here you have, like, if you don't trick like I did in the earlier examples, then that's what happens. I don't think there's any time like difference, honestly. But yeah, now let me show you guys what to not do. See here, you don't want to go in the middle, you want to go on the side, because otherwise you won't get the respawn. This is a common mistake that I've seen a lot of people make, and it's one that baggers shouldn't make like these days. Here we have another one coming up where, like, if you go for the, you know, trick, the stun trick here, and fail it, you can actually end up in this thing right here, and well, falling off there is better because at least you get the respawn here earlier. But look what can happen here, right guys? Look at this. If you don't like get this right and you fall down there, this is a major time loss, so be aware of this. Do not like, make sure to not do that in wars. And then here, look what happened if you don't slow down. And also, please don't wheelie up. This is not faster. Just drift up, and like, if you know how to soft drift, please do that, because that is the way to go there. And here is another common fail. See, you need to go like out on the right here, otherwise, and get past the wall. Otherwise, you won't get the respawn, just like the first one. So yeah, it's very important. Also, please go on the right ramp here and not in the middle, because yes, you will get the respawn, but it's not faster. Do not do early respawns here. Try to do an early respawn here because it just won't work, as you can see here. Go like all the way back and like get it done. Here you need go for the respawn skip. Do not try to get a respawn. You can actually get a respawn, but it's much harder. It's unnecessarily hard as well. It's much easier to do this, what I'm doing here. And yeah, like now, as you can see here, I'm actually getting this perfect. Like this is a perfect one of these. So I tried to like do the failure thing, but I accidentally got it well. So excuse me for that. So let me show you now what to not do right here. So as you can see here, you need to get in like below. If you like hit the thing there or don't get far enough in, you won't get the respawn. You'll get this respawn instead. And yeah, I suck, by the way. I just failed there because I wasn't even trying to do that time. But yeah, and the same applies here for the second one as the first one. Like you want to make sure that you like get in far enough. But like this track is a very like enjoyable one once you learn it, as I said. And honestly, we're gonna start checking out the hiding spots after I've shown you the last few examples of what can go wrong on this track. So yeah, so now guys, I'm gonna showcase two other common failures that we see sometimes. Here's what happens if you like fail the the tricks, if you like don't jump, or if you like you just like jump too early. The same thing here for the second one, exactly the same thing. And here is another one right here. If you fail like the ramp, then this can happen, and you still get the respawn, but like, and this is another important one. Just don't go too close to this wall because this can happen, and you won't get the respawn if that happens. So like, just make sure to do that properly. So now guys, it's time for the hiding spots, and unlike New Moon Manor, which was my last episode, this one does not have that many. But look here, this is the one of the main ones. You can actually land on this platform right here. It's all trickable, so like if you like once you exit, you can actually get a boost, which is important. But like just don't do what I do here, like after, because you're gonna lose shock. Like, and I didn't get this properly, but you get the principle. Like you can exit there with a trick and like not like that. Then this ramp right here can be useful for baggers too, because you can use it like get air, skip another bagger up. The second one right here, this is probably my favorite one, and it's like you go off on the right here, just like you do with the the shroom cut thingy, but you go on the other side. Well, you can do the shroom thing on the other side too. Then you use this little thing here, loop off the other bagger, and yeah, well, you get it. And now we're entering the final section of the video, where strats that aren't really useful in my opinion, because either they're ridiculously hard or stupid, but that is how you do the thing with the respawn, as I saw earlier. And here is another way. You get the boost start and do that. It's not worth it though. You can actually get on top and do the respawn skip like that too, but it's not really useful though. And here we're coming to the funnest. This is ridiculously hard. It's the shroomless version of this thing, but it's too hard to like put it like in and do it in wars and stuff, you know what I mean. Like, that is not worth it. But yeah guys, rate, comment, subscribe, leave a like if you liked it, and make sure to keep to be here, push notifications for when there's another video. I'm gonna try to make this series a more common one, so there's more to come, to say the least. Please let me know what tracks you want me to do next, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.